I am Nicholas Bolsonelli. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and then I came to Athens for Ohio University for college, and then stuck around because I was kind of brought here by the Athens locale. So when I got to Ohio University, there were 4 bookstores uptown. There was Little Professor, Follett's University Bookstore, College Bookstore, and Specialty Bookstore. This was 2004, and nowadays we just have us and College Bookstore. There's a lot of factors that go into why bookstores have been downsized, reduced, or altogether removed. Obviously, online sales are an enormous part of that. A lot of online places sell their books at close to just the cost of the book, if not less, which is quite detrimental to retail stores, which have higher overheads than online stores. And so the biggest barrier that this presents for bookstores is how do we ask people, how do we convince people that it's worth it to pay more at a small store or a local store? And that's a tough ask, especially with a younger crowd that is much more kind of keyed into buying things online. If you shop local, you generally do pay a little bit more, but there are a lot of positive effects that come out of that. Things like, the kind of standard stuff that people talk about, which is where does your money go? If you shop local, generally speaking, your money goes back into your community. But also one of the things that we've tried to really cultivate is that we really like books. We do know what we're talking about. We try to give the best recommendations that we can. It's not an algorithm. It's like us genuinely trying to learn what you're enjoying and what would work for you. We curate these books that we think are books people should read, and then we write our own descriptions for them, which a lot of them are very clearly our own descriptions. Some of them are extremely tongue-in-cheek. Like one of them is Ben Affleck a murderer? And it's a reference to the book Gone Girl. We'll often have college students that show up during lunch or other random times, and kind of just want to chat with us about things that their experiences here or their experiences elsewhere, or what they're excited about that kind of stuff. And usually that doesn't have anything to do with the store, but it's often very fun. In terms of the types of books we have books from all over the place. We have every kind of book I think that is imaginable. The genre of books that we have most recently found to be the most popular are basically escapist fiction. A lot of people are looking for lighthearted books, romance books, or high fantasy have been pretty popular. As everything becomes digital, how do we get people to buy books? There's something just kind of magical and special about having a bookshelf of books. I'm not going to pretend like that's an easy thing to convince people of. It can be challenging. And I imagine we'll continue to struggle with that indefinitely. That is just a part of life, owning a store. I don't really necessarily plan out the future of the store per se. I do everything that we can to try and make sure that we're still around. I'd like to be around for as long as possible, but I think my biggest focus is on making this a place that's very accessible for the community, some place that they feel like the community members can come and get things that they're interested in, but also just kind of be here and de-stress and feel safe and talk about fun things to talk about.